Hey everyone, and welcome to the Iron Age. Yes, today will be the episode where we finally build the production for iron. And as soon as we have iron and everything up and running, I do plan on going and killing some wolves. So I'm very excited for that because we haven't really had any fighting in this game, and it's kind of a fun part of the game as well. So I'm excited for that, but I do want to be ever so slightly prepared for it. Last time we ended up with me building the second workshop hut, and I also threw in a coal maker while I was at it because I figured it would make sense. I actually placed it right here next to our woodcutter because for now this is where they'll store all the firewood, and then we can just fill it up as we go. So for now, I'm not gonna put a villager on the task of running this place because there's no reason for doing that. And before we get too far into the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. And I don't know if you guys can hear this, but I am ever so slightly sick in real life, so maybe my voice sounds a little bit rougher than normal. I will do my very best to cut out any weird coughing and sneezing and whatever is happening right now in my body. It's one of those things where I don't feel sick. Like my head might be a little bit heavy, but other than, coughing and stuff, I feel completely fine. But I think I'm coming off as a lot more sick than I actually am because I was at the bookstore earlier today and people were like looking at me like I was super contagious. And I don't think I am because I've had this for like a week now. But yeah, that was a little real life update, and in game we are also building the bloomery so we can get metal production going. As soon as we have production up and running for that, we can also start cutting down the hardwood, which is gonna be a game changer because that means we can produce all of the really good stuff. I think I should be collecting some onion and maybe some garlic as well, because the wolves, they tend to leave that very annoying debuff on you where you bleed. So sometimes you're like, oh yes, finally I made it and I killed him and I survived, and then you kind of bleed to death, which is just a real annoying way to go. So I figured we might as well, what's the saying in English? Kill two birds with one stone, I think. Is that the saying? So collecting flax and a little bit of garlic and onion at the same time. In Denmark we actually have the same saying, like the meaning is the same, but you say slå to fluer med et smæk, which means kill two flies with one slap. But like the meaning is the same as two birds with one stone, I guess. Oh, I can't even go and pick more stone for you guys because I gave my good pickaxe to the guy working in the mine because he was complaining. But we do have a stone cutter, but I guess he also can't get more stuff because something. You're saying you can't find large stone. Dude, look right next to you. Look at you. Look at the stone right next to you. Work with me. It's right there. Can't you take it? So if I drop it, can you take that? Oh my god. Are you like... Oh, I'm not gonna say bad things about you, but yes. I'm pretty sure you are. This is a large stone. Looking at you. The large stone is right there. I wanna slap that guy real hard in the face with a chair or something, because that's just annoying, isn't it? Are you telling me as well? Okay, no, this guy's like, I just can't find the small stone or the rope, which is fair enough because, I'm carrying the rope. I can drop it. You can have it. Pick it up. Have fun. Go crazy. Build some stuff. I will just be cooking myself a few mushrooms here because we're hungry in this game. And I think that should definitely be our goal, to get some food production up and running alongside with getting iron up and running, because food production is just something that's super important. and right now we do have the farm, but they are unhappy because oh, this guy is super unhappy because first of all, working anxiety, he's a storm rider's unease on this guy, so that's definitely not helping. But also because the structures are defenseless, and I am considering just building the flimsy fence all the way around our buildings, just so we can get rid of all that complaining from them, because it will boost the morale and the overall happiness of them. It's just such an annoying thing, and I don't want to do it. We can make iron. Yay! The thing is, before we get too excited, we don't have the blacksmith up and running because I needed to build the bloomery before I can add this building on to our workshop. So here we go. Let's just get this built and I will be excited. But I'm just gonna make a quick cut to this building being done. Since last time it worked out so well for me to do a jump cut, I think we should try doing it again. So 1, 2, 3, jump, and here we go. The building is finished. And the only interesting thing that happened while we were doing this is some crawlers spawned and we took care of it Viking style. So yeah, that's pretty much what happened. I also made some coal, the first batch, so we have 85. I am already making some more, but we need a little bit more firewood for that, so we can get going with the iron production, and I'm excited for that. So let me just take a little bit more. And where did we put that iron? Guess I just left it over here. Okay, add it into this thing here. I know there's like a specific way where this is the most optimal way to burn the coal in this, and I haven't figured out exactly what to do. I know when I skill up in blacksmithing, I can sometimes get away with making like 7 or 8 pieces, 7 normally. But for now, I don't think that's really an option because I have 0 skills in doing this. So I normally just begin with placing it like this, and that normally seems to work. I don't know if this is the best way to go, but that's normally what I do. So I'm very excited for iron. Let's ignite this, and then this is also a little bit in the beginning. It took me such a long time to figure out how to do this the first time I was doing it, but I think more or less I have figured out how to do this successfully, kinda, no? It's about not being too excited to press the button, but also excited enough that you actually get it into the range it needs to be. Here we go, our first piece of iron. Level 1 in blacksmithing, yes! Oh, this is exciting, because this means weapons and we can go kill stuff. I like blacksmithing in this game because it's also one of those skills that you seem to level extremely fast compared to some of the other skills, like the magic one, where you decipher weapons and what's it called? You study them when you have invasions on and they drop weapons and arrows and stuff. And that takes forever to level up, and I don't know why. So for the first one, we didn't get all of them, and that's a little annoying, but you know, to be expected. And then we're just gonna hammer it, and then we can actually go make something. We obviously also need to start the carpentry building, because without that we're still quite stuck without any useful stuff to build, like pickaxes and stuff. They require those carpentry items as well. So, but I think with this we can get the better axe, I think, because I think that's just the iron axe head thing and then a stick, if I'm not mistaken. And there we go, yay, that is exciting. We got 4 pieces, which is not bad at all, actually. I am just gonna fill this up again. And again, I mean, there might be a better way to do this. Normally when I level up in blacksmithing, I go this way and then some of them down here, but I don't know what's the best strategy, honestly. I have no clue. It's one of those things that would be useful to look it up, probably. Oh, that reminds me, someone left a super helpful comment about thatch, because I was complaining about that we can actually probably just bump the priority on it and they should get it for me, hopefully, because it's just because other tasks are higher, maybe. I hope that's it, and let's try and let's see if it works, because that sounds like logic that it would work. So I'm excited for that. Let's give it a go and see what happens. Oh, I forgot to pick up the rest of the coal we need, obviously. So we can get some fuel in our furnace, I think. Is it? A forge, obviously. A forge. We're gonna forge some weapons. Yes. I think this is enough for what we need. Oh, wait. We need to add water into this. Let me get some water. Don't we have a well somewhere close? Well, I guess not. Wow. When I make stupid jokes like that, my kid normally rolls her eyes and sigh and be like, "Mom, you're like the least funniest person I've ever met." Ah, yes. The joys of being a parent to a preteen. There we go. Water added, and ignite the forge. And then we just wait for it to heat up. And then I think this is the one we need. And they are finally warm. Let's do this. Yay! I feel like when I get to this part in a game, it's like this is where we unlock now. We're moving from the beginning stages of the game into the like later on, the middle stage, I would say. Because when you start sailing, that's probably what I would call end game, because then we can leave the island and go explore stuff. And send it to quenching. Yes! Oh, this is exciting. And here we go. Yay! We have a good axe. Finally. Finally. Which means we can also store the less good one. Not to be rude or anything, but like, yeah. We are leveling up in this world and we want the good stuff. So now we just repeat that whole process. Pick up some coal. Pick up some iron ore. Light the furnace. Process the ore. Hit it with a hammer. Run to the blacksmith. Light it up. Hit it with a hammer again. Dunk it in water. Grab it. Realize you need the carpentry to finish your weapon. Build carpentry. Load it up with stuff while your villagers stand around complaining that they can't find what they want. Chop off some wood. Grab the shafts. Ooh, that sounds dirty. That wasn't meant to be. Sneak out. Kill a sleeping deer with your new wood cutting axe, maybe. So you can harvest it for leather scraps. And finally, click craft and get your sword. Yay! So this took a little bit longer than expected. I also got a bunch of meat while hunting the animals, so that was pretty good. I can cook that for the villagers or assign someone to do it, and they will probably like me a whole bunch for that. I think we are at a point where it would make sense to summon a few more villagers, because we do have room for more, and it would be nice to have them as extra workers at this point. Because when we get more, we can also up the food production and everything will just be a little bit easier. So I'm just gonna get us some Jotun blood so we can summon a new friend. And a quick update on the thatch. Look at that, he filled it up. So that totally worked. I'm so happy about that. Thank you so much for helping me out in the comments with that, because I just never realized that would be the solution for some reason. And it is, and I'm very excited for it. So I don't really want to wait anymore. So I just want to go to see if we were prepared or not, or no. So let's go look for some wolves. I'm not as prepared as I could be, but I'm kind of over preparing right now. Yeah. Sometimes they kind of sneak up on you and you're like not prepared for them. One is circling about. Oh, no. Oh, I didn't even hit it. Come on. Preferably before the other one gets over here and attacks me. I think there's normally 3 of them. At least one more over here. And it would be nice if we could kill them kinda in the same spot, so it's easier when we harvest. Yeah, there's one more. This is fun. Yeah, I see you. Howling away. Yeah, here we go. Oh, that one didn't even get me. That was nice. But this was not the main part of the event. And then the big one that we have to summon. It's only 2 piles we have to take out, I think. So, the moment of truth, or the hour of truth, whatever. Did I prepare enough to take this guy out or not? Because he can be a little bit difficult. So this is gonna be exciting. So I am actually gonna be a little bit annoying and end the episode right here on a cliffhanger. So come back for the next episode to see if I make it in this fight or not. If you liked the video, please give it a like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And I hope I will see you next time. Bye!